So Henry is number 4 for us. When he was a baby, he didn't cry much. And we thought, lucky us, we have like the perfect baby. Isn't this precious? He's so content, he's so happy, he folds into life. Kids go at their own pace, they're gonna figure it out. But by the time he was 2, there were still no words. And every day I just thought, oh, tomorrow it's all gonna come pouring out. Oh, just wait, tomorrow. And pretty soon he was 2.5. And my sister, God love her, was like, I think you need to call somebody. Like, it's not coming.
I'm Laura Smith, and I'm a speech-language pathologist. I've been practicing since 2006. Before that, I was an SLPA, which is an assistant to a speech-language pathologist, and in 2012, I switched my focus to specializing in childhood apraxia of speech after my daughter was diagnosed with it herself. So that's kind of led me to where I'm at here.
You know, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard for Henry in his life right away. And I think as parents, we never want our children to suffer. We want to step in front of that every day of the week. And so I think that was hard, recognizing that he's going to have to work harder for things that would come very naturally to most other children.
Let's find YouTube, right? Where's my YouTube?
He loves anything Paw Patrol right now.
Ooh, Paw Patrol. I got Paw Patrol stickers too. Do you want to see?
Yeah.
Let me show you. Oh, you want to see them?
Yeah.
Okay, and look, I got your book. I have a book. Like, we don't have to read right now. This is the Band-Aid book I promised you, though.
A child has to have some motivation to do the hard work that is speech therapy for apraxia, because therapy for apraxia is it's a very direct form of therapy.
I think I was grieving and trying to accept that Henry was gonna have to work harder than my other kids.
Oops! Sheep jumped as high as she could, but it wasn't high enough. Ow! I heard on. Henry go, ooh.
Ooh.
Good, you're gonna end with those ooh lips, okay? And let's go, ow. Can you look at Laura? Look at Laura's mouth. Let's do it together. Ow. Ow. Look at Laura. Ow. Look at Laura. Oh. Ooh. Nice ooh lips. Good job.
Looking can be really hard for kids with apraxia for a multitude of reasons. One is that speech is really hard, so making eye contact with someone while you're doing something that's extremely difficult is hard on them, and it'd be similar to any adult. You know, I liken it to, I'm terrible at math, that's why I'm a speech therapist. So if someone was even asking me to do basic math in my head, I have to look away while I do those calculations. And so we need the kids to look at our face, but we also have to understand that it's really hard for them to do so when they're also thinking so hard about what they're doing. Another thing about eye contact is that it can cause a lot of anxiety. So kids with on the spectrum, but even just of different neurodivergent types, can struggle with that anxiety piece, and zeroing in your eyes on them can make them really anxious. So some strategies that I use for that is I might have my face and I want them looking at me, but I will avert my eyes. As long as I can see in my peripheral they're looking at my mouth, that's what I need to reduce that pressure. So.
And Miss Laura's the best. She's the best. She professionally, and as a mother, she has her own child who has apraxia of speech. So she can meet me on both sides, as a professional and as a mother. And she was saying, no, actually it takes a while, especially when they're that young, to get them used to therapy and what to expect before you can start like demanding stuff from them or forming them or pushing them. So then that gave me a lot of peace. And we started off 2 times a week with Miss Laura, and just about a month ago we started 3 times a week with her, and it is phenomenal.
Okay, whenever accidents happen, these friends know exactly what to do to make everything all better. Oh no, dog wasn't looking where he was going.
Yeah.
Ow! Oh, he hurt his paw, Henry. Let's say, oh no.
Oh no.
Good talking. We gotta find his Band-Aid. Where's the doggy's Band-Aid? Nice. And you put it on his paw?
Yeah.
Kiss it. Put a Band-Aid. You put it. Nice. I heard on. It makes everything all better.
So that strategy I just used there is called the pause technique, and it's really effective in getting them to spontaneously say the word themselves as opposed to me having them repeat it after me, because it puts another cognitive load on them to plan and program the movements themselves.
You put it. Nice. I heard on. It makes everything all better.
A lot of times if I just give them the word, if I were to have said, say on, that can still act as a cue, and cues are great. It's great when we get a child to the point where they can imitate, but for them to truly, what we say, have obtained true motor learning of the target, they have to be able to produce themselves, like the word themselves, independently with a variety of different people in a variety of different environments. If they're not able to do that and they're just relying on a model, they actually do not have true motor learning of the word. So it's a really effective technique, I find, for that.
This documentary is sponsored by Goalie. Transform your child's daily routines with Goalie's daily skills system, empowering them to master self-care and independence. If you're a parent working on your kid's executive functioning challenges, discover a breakthrough solution at getgoalie.com. Save 10% with the code FINDINGWORDS.
Watch out! Let's say that. Watch out. Good. Henry, can you round your lips? Let's go. Ow. Out.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good. High five. Good talking.
It's not so much he can't say all those sounds, it's putting those sounds in order and kind of producing them, that movement nice and smooth. So with principles of motor learning, you give them really specific feedback at first on what they need to do with their mouth. So that's how you heard me say, like, oh, I heard ot, let's round your lips this time. Out. And then I also slowed down, which is another strategy to slow down and attempt what I would call simultaneous production. So I attempt to produce it with him. So he has the benefit of hearing my model, looking at my mouth in real time with him, and then producing it correctly.
Out.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good. High five. Good talking.
I think some of the surprises were how efficient it is and how she describes the sounds, like, you know, the no sound or the da sound, and like she'll tell him, put your tongue da. No, you're saying go. It's in the back of your throat. We want your tongue to touch your roof. Da. Like, just how she explains it helps. First of all, helps me learn, but he's getting it. He's responding, he's receiving that.
With other approaches for speech sound disorders, we are typically not telling the child what we need them to do with their lips or mouth. We're just focused on the sounds. So let's say if a child said tar for star, I'm not going to say what to do with your tongue to make an S. I'm just going to say, oh, start with your hissing sound or start with that S and star. As opposed to, we would really be giving the child a lot of feedback with these sounds and the movements of the sounds together for apraxia.
If you are with a therapist or with a team and you don't feel like you're making progress or it's the right fit, you just say something. Every one of these therapists out there, they want what's best for your kid. And if they aren't doing that for your kid, or if they aren't providing that, they will help you get to the next person who can or will.
This particular day, his mom described as unlike any other time she's brought him to my office. He had probably been catching a cold or getting sick, and even before he knew anything about anything, he started saying, I don't want to go in, I don't want to go. And so it took her about 7 to 10 minutes to even get him up to my office. And so I'm not going to push too hard when I know that they're sick or they're dysregulated or, you know, something is going on with them. So I would say that I wasn't pushing him as hard in this session, but we still did get a lot of good work out of him. So
Who's next, do you think? Should we see?
Yeah.
Do you have your chalker?
No.
You don't want to use it?
No.
I was thinking we could guess because we know there's only 2 animals left. Do you want to guess which one it is?
Yeah.
Who might it be?
we go to our animals.
Who do you think it is?
No.
You don't want to use it? Okay, that's okay.
This was interesting because this is the first time I've ever seen Henry refuse me modeling on a talker. So I do that with a lot of my clients have talkers as well, or AAC devices. And am supportive of them, but I don't teach them their AC device specifically. They usually have another speech therapist who's teaching them that while I'm working on the verbal speech, but he's always been amenable to me modeling it or coming up with vocabulary on it. And so this was another symptom of his dysregulation or just feeling sick. For whatever reason, he didn't want me to use the talker. I wasn't going to fight it, but that was interesting because that's the first time that's ever happened.
Last year he was in preschool and we didn't have him take his talker. I just was choosing with my will to move forward, even though every fiber of my being wanted to toss that sucker out the window. Just one more thing I have to figure out and learn. And I went to this 4-day camp with Henry. Henry and I went, and it was so brilliant. I felt like it was like 2 years worth of therapy in one. And it launched us into a point where I can see now. First of all, I understand it better. I understand how to use it. And our therapist was teaching me all of that, but it was just all these short little bursts. It wasn't sinking in. The weekend retreat really helped it sink in. And the biggest shift was I used to view that as my enemy, and now I see it as this key to unlocking sweet Henry's mind. Just like when you have a newborn and you say to that newborn, you know, a dog says woof woof 10,000 million times before that child can say woof woof. You model, the parent models first on the talker. And I think that was so foreign to me, like what? And so Seth and I use the talker so much more than Henry does, but he's starting to use it more, and eventually, you know, we'll flip flop.
Ow!
I.
Round your lips with me. Ooh, lips. Ow!
I.
Ow! Clean it. Oh, we gotta get his Band-Aids over here. Clean it, kiss it, put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
Where's Monkey? You got it. We're gonna put it. Oh, I heard ah. Don't forget your engine sound. Ready? On. Good job. High five. I heard on.
So that was another good example where I'm giving cueing. Cueing is also really important in the treatment of apraxia. So similar to feedback, we're telling them what to do with their mouth. We also give them cues, and especially with little kids, I and a lot of other therapists who specialize in this come up with our own verbal cues. So N is the engine sound, like n, 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 and you teach them that. Or T might be the tapping sound. I haven't said that to him yet in this one.
You got it. We're gonna put it. Oh, I heard ah. Don't forget your engine sound. Ready? On. Good job. High five. I heard on.
So that helps them remember, oh yeah, my engine sound is n, and so then on. And again, it's another way for them to put the planning and programming in their own brain so that they're not just relying on the model.
He can't communicate in the same way other children can. And so I think people see him and they expect him to be able to communicate. And with that, so much comes with that, like understanding problem solving and understanding sharing and understanding like prompt obedience. And we go to mass and understanding how to stay in the pew. All of these pieces took longer. I would say twice as long as my other kids. And that's no problem. I completely understand that. We're going to go at his pace while always making sure to give him everything he needs. And if that means like a push, great. But that he will get there when he gets there. And even so, if he never speaks regularly, I really think he will. If he never does, that's okay too. I mean, he is just a treasure. Who he is right now is a treasure.
This documentary is sponsored by Goalie. Finally, a tablet designed with your child in mind. Free from ads and toxic junk, Goalie's system builds independence and communication skills. Now, it includes an AAC Talker app with every daily skills system purchase. Go to getgoalie.com and save 10% off with the code FINDINGWORDS.
Let's see who it is. Oh, it's Elephant. Oh dear, Elephant got scared and ran away right over her own trunk. Henry, let's say, oh no.
Oh no.
I liked your O-lips, Henry. Oh no, we gotta get it. Oh, this came off the sheep.
Huh?
Here, there we go. Okay, can we find the elephant? Good job.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna put it?
Huh?
Right, I think right there. That's where her owie was, huh? You put it. Nice engine sound again. I heard on.
Also with therapy for apraxia, I remember when I was going to conferences when I was younger and watching similar to something like this where the SLP was working on one word. I was like, this kid needs a lot of help. Like, why are we just working on one word ad nauseum through this whole thing? Well, as I got more training, I realized that as part of Principles of Motor Learning, we do develop typically a small target word list that's functional, that then we get a lot of repetition, and a small functional word list helps us maximize the number of repetitions. And that's important because in Principles of Motor Learning, we have different practice schedules, and the first one being mass practice, and mass practice being exactly as it implies, just a lot of productions of the target word or the target syllable shape. And so to do that, that's what I'm doing when I'm picking like the books I'm choosing or the activities I'm doing. And in my head, I know what their functional word list, and so these words are part of it. On, out, oh no, things that I'm cueing here.
Marshall.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like that, Marshall, right? Where does it go? Good job, Henry. Let's try put. We're gonna start with our popcorn sound. Watch Laura's mouth. Right, that is. Good job. We're gonna go put. Watch Laura. Put. Nice. Can you put those together? Put. You whispered it. Good job. Okay, who's next? What color?
Okay, so groping is another thing you can see in kids with childhood apraxia of speech. It's where it's usually done in the direct therapy process where we're directing them to say a word or a target, and you can almost see like their mouth searching for what it's supposed to do and maybe getting it or not getting it, but you can see this like groping for the sounds. So that's something that we look for in apraxia as well.
Nice. Can you put those together? Put. You whispered it. Good job. Okay, who's next? What color?
A lot of therapists I see when people send me videos to do consultations, a lot of therapists stay at the broken up part. So at first I did break it up. I said, let's try it like this. Say puh, and then t. Well, that's broken up. We don't talk like that. We don't say puh. So then you immediately want to go back and have them blend it because that's the natural way to do it. So same when I did better, I broke it up at first, but then I went back to blend it. In this word put, it's the same. I broke it up at first and then went back to blend it to see if he could blend it, and he couldn't both times.
All.
Ah.
Good. All. Can you try be?
Ba.
Da.
Da.
Good. Can you put those together? Beda.
Ba. Ba.
Good trying. I heard but. Good trying.
So I am probing here for CVCV words. That's a consonant, vowel, and we are probing through our sessions to see how we can advance the child and move them forward, and maybe what additional targets or syllable shapes might we be able to add.
Good. Can you put those together? Beda.
Ba. Ba.
Good trying. I heard but.
Mama, he always had. My husband, we call Papa. The first night he said Papa at dinner. Oh my gosh. Me and Seth start crying. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's chanting, Henry, Henry. And he's smiling ear to ear. And it just sort of like opened up. I don't want to say like we didn't know what he was thinking before, because we could guess, but we didn't know. We didn't know what he was thinking. We could meet his needs. And that was not ever a problem. But his thoughts, his excitement, his hopes and dreams, and listen, we have a long way to go. It's not like I know all of those, but we know some of those now.
That's funny. Look, he poked his bottom.
Ouch.
That's funny. Ouch, nice. Can you say ow for me? Let's go, ow.
Oh.
Good job. You have a tissue, Mom?
I don't think I do. Want me to run to the bathroom?
I just cleaned everything out. Yeah.
Come here. I've got a coat.
There we go. Moms are good at this.
Got it.
There we go.
People are often surprised to discover I always encourage parents to be in my session. I am not the predominant person in the child's life. And so parents can and do get very good at understanding what the targets are, knowing what the targets are, learning how to cue them, learning the feedback that I'm given, and they are, at many points in time, once they go through this process with me, just as competent as me in cueing them and giving them feedback as I am for their target words. So I always have parents in the session.
There you go. Good job. That was fun. Do you want to take those stickers?
Yeah.
Do you want all of them? Do you want those or a dinosaur? You want the Paw Patrol? Can you tell me? Can you tell me paw?
Pa.
Yeah, let's say I
I
want
want
paw.
Papa.
Okay, you can have the Paw Patrol. High five. Good job.
So mom's face in the background says it all.
And then just when you guys were filming, he said 3 words, I want dat. He had never said 3 words together in consecutive.
But that was a probe. I was probing to see if it would work, and I had a feeling it would work. He's never done that before, so that's why she's having that reaction.
Just seeing him do that blows my mind. And I think also, I see him attempting, like when he was trying to find the word hide, to hide his monster truck, he was going, hi, hi. Like he is trying to get out what he has up here. He's trying to get that out for us. And I know that takes work and energy and effort, and I'm proud of him. Yeah, I think those blow me away. Like, you just said, I want that. It was impressive. I'm impressed. He's an impressive kid, guys. He's an impressive kid. You're not alone. There are thousands of other children who have gone through this, and thousands of other parents who are 5 years, 10 years, 15 years ahead of you right now, and they have their stories to share. They have their best practices to share. They have therapists like Miss Laura. There are so many resources at your fingertips. And your kid, no matter what his diagnosis is or hers, no matter what process you take, you loving your child, that's an amazing gift. You receiving your child, that's an amazing gift. And you've got this.
We're going to follow Henry along in their journey and check in about 6 to 12 months to see what progress he's made. Subscribe to our channel to see the next episode of Finding Words. Support our sponsor by buying or gifting Goalie's daily skills system for a child in your life. Go to getgoalie.com and save 10% off with the code FINDINGWORDS.